Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? My name is Neko Fluttershy. Woo! Welcome to a video. So, I'm just taking a walk. Really, no idea why. I'm just walking and walking and walking. um, but yeah, you know, there's a whole lot of games that have been made throughout the years, and I want to see more. You know, whether it be, remasters or remakes. I think I might have made a video on this before. I can't remember the fucking videos I've made. Are you kidding me? I barely remember the shit I took fucking last night. So, okay. Let's talk about the obvious one. I want to see an HD remaster or some sort of remake of Mario Kart Double Dash. Top priority. Yeah, because I love Double Dash so much. I would like to see some sort of remake or remaster or something like that effect. And Nintendo, for the love of fuck, why haven't you done anything about it yet? I mean, yeah, you remastered Twilight Princess twice? Well, not really a remaster. It was ported onto the GameCube and the Wii. And I think they made it, was it for the Switch or was it Wii U? I can't remember. And some of the other games you remastered, remade, like Skyward Sword and shit, but whatever happened to Mario Kart? Yeah, I'm sure we'll get another one soon, but I just want to see a remaster of the best Mario Kart game. And, yeah. Another thing I want to see a remaster of is Katamari, or We Love Katamari. Basically, Katamari Damacy on crack. As if Katamari Damacy wasn't on crack enough. Because that game was fucking interesting. I loved it. But we've already got Katamari Damacy reroll. Why don't you work on getting We Love Katamari out there? And also, while we're talking about Namco games, remake Tales of Symphonia, god damn it. I want to see a remake of Tales of Symphonia. Let's see, what other game I want to see remade? I mean, yeah, there's an AC remake of Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3. Was it 3? I don't know. It was a Devil May Cry HD collection. But I kind of want to see a full-on reboot. Like a good reboot of Devil May Cry 1. With Dante in it. Like the Dante. Not that bullshit they were trying to pull back in the PS3 days. I want to see an actual effort being put into that game. Let's see what else. I want to see a remake of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. And also, while we're talking about Fire Emblem, let's remake Radiant Dawn while we're at it. Remake the two games. And do what you did with the Radiant Dawn. Where if you have a save file on your Wii of your clear data for Path of Radiance, you get bonus content for Radiant Dawn. Do that again. Find some other way to do it like you did with Fire Emblem Fates and Awakening and shit like that. But yeah, I just want to see some more remakes be made. Alright, so I just got done getting me some more shit. Let's see, what else do I want to see a remake of, or a remaster of some sort? How about... Yeah, I mean, you had Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which is technically a remake of Generation 2. But I mean, since they've already basically remade Generation 1 twice, I want to see a remake of Pokemon, the second generation. And they're already remaking the fourth generation, the Diamond and Pearl series. So just remake and remaster the second generation. Stop making shit so fucking confusing for us gamers. On top of that, You know what? I mean, technically it's not really a remake, it's more of a port. But I want to see an actual remake of Mario 64, Mario Galaxy, and Sunshine. I'm not talking about some bullshit half-assed port. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's probably not half-assed. It's just a regular port, but yeah, I just want to see a remake of it. And I don't know. I mean, maybe a remake of Assassin's Creed 1 would be nice. I mean, in theory, there's also a remake of Assassin's Creed 2, 3, I think Revelation shit, so why the fuck not remake the first game that started the whole fucking series? Ooh, Assassin's Creed 4. Nah, I'm just kidding. Too early. I mean, I also want to see a remake of Resident Evil 4. And I know they've been talking about that for a while. They're like, oh yeah. I mean, in theory, they could make Resident Evil 4 in the Resident Evil engine that they've already used for Resident Evil 2 and 3 and 7 and 8. So why not make a Resident Evil 4 remake using the engine? I think a decent amount of people have been wanting that for a while. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I want to fucking play some Resident fucking Evil. Yeah, why don't you do that then? Yeah, well, Resident Evil isn't good. We need to make a fucking remake of Resident Evil 4. Well, then fucking do it then. Give us gamers what we want. A remake of 4. And while we're talking about Resident Evil remakes, remake 5 and 6. Just completely remake 5. Like, you don't have to do much with a Resident Evil 4 remake. I mean, a lot of people would say Resident Evil 4 is already perfect, so I mean, you don't have to do much there, but Resident Evil 5, oh boy. I don't know, for some reason, not a lot of people, myself included, can't really seem to get into Resident Evil 5. I mean, I'll play it, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe it's a setting, maybe it's the controls trying to be not only their own thing, but also somewhat of a remake of, like, Resident Evil 4. Like, if you've noticed, some of the controls are like Resident Evil 4, mixed with some random bullshit that you don't even need. And, I mean, shit, we're going Resident Evil 4 and 5, why not remake 6? I mean, I fucking love the original Resident Evil 6. That game was great, probably my favorite Resident Evil game. So, let's remake that bitch. I mean, we've already basically remade 2 and 3. We've remade 1. We've remade 0. Let's go for 4, 5, and 6. I mean, come on. Let's see, what other games need to be remade, remastered? Skyrim? Nah. Skyrim is already going to be ported elsewhere. It's going to be weird having a Skyrim, you know, fucking Ultimate Edition or Anniversary Edition or whatever the fuck they're calling it whenever it releases. Because they're already talking about making a remake to that. Well, not a remake, but like some sort of other version of Skyrim. But you know, let's go further. I want to see a fucking remake of Portal. Yeah, I've never played Portal, but I've seen that it's one of the greatest games ever. Let's remake Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, Team Fortress 2, Team Fortress 1. There's a penny on the ground. And it's mine now. That's an extra cent I can add to fuck knows what. Anyways, so on top of all that, you know what, I want to see a collection of games by certain studios. I mean, they've already basically made, I guess you could say, a remake or anniversary edition of, what was that game? Oh yeah, Mass Effect, where they remade the first 3 games and a shit ton of other shit. I want to see an Assassin's Creed collection where it's 1, 2, and 3. And while we're at it, 4. We've already got something like that with Assassin's Creed 3 and Liberation. And Assassin's Creed... What was that one? You had 2, Brotherhood, Revelation, I think. So they had a decent amount of Assassin's Creed games. But they couldn't do a remaster. I mean, you can make that shit into one entire series of games. I mean, shit, you know what I think they should do? Nintendo, Game Freak, get on this shit. You need to make Pokemon throughout the ages. So start with like one fucking game, where it's the Kanto region, and make a part 2. Like, just kind of make, you know how they have Diamond and Pearl and shit, and other versions. Well, let's go further. Let's make a game where you go through the evolution of Pokemon. Like, the first game can be the first 2 regions, the second game could be the next 2, and then so on and so forth until we're done. I think that would be a great idea, personally. I don't know about the rest of you, but that's a good idea to me. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of games that I think need to be remastered, remade. Need to have collections. I mean, they should do a Doom collection. You know how they had Doom 3 BFG edition, where they had Doom 1, Doom 2, and Doom 3? Also, I think I see food. Because there was a parade earlier, and I guess it's a 3 Musketeers or something like that. Holy shit, I'm taking it. It's my food now, bitch. Woo! So, they should do that same thing with Doom as a whole. You know, Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 3, Doom 2016. And yeah, they technically did that with the Slayer collection, or whatever they call it, for Doom 2016. But what I want to see is all that shit on one disc. I don't want to see any remakes or remasters or anything like that on like DLC, downloadable content, extra shit. I want to see an actual Doom game where they have all 4 on one disc. I mean, we have the fucking limitations now of over 100 gigabyte games. I mean, look at Call of Duty Cold War, look at Black Ops something or other, I think 4, I think was, I don't know. Look at Call of Duty in general, you know, Warzone, and some of those other games that are over 100 gigabytes, or at least they were, I don't know. They may have cleaned some shit up since then, but yeah, when I first played, I think it was a little over 100 gigabytes. So if you can do something like that, you can fucking do Doom. A Doom collection that has all these games on one disc. And while we're talking about it, let's do one of Wolfenstein. You know, have Wolfenstein 3D all the way to a certain Wolfenstein game. That can be done. Was it the new Colossus or something like that was on like PS3 and you know, last gen, current gen? Well, last gen and 2 generations ago, is what I meant to say. Because I keep forgetting the PS5 and the Xbox Series S and X are out. So yeah, the PS4, PS3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360, you know, there's a Wolfenstein game that came out for all 4 of those, as well as PC. So I have no reason to believe that they could not do a Wolfenstein collection with Wolfenstein 3D all the way to whatever. And I mean, shit, let's go all the way with Duke Nukem. And yeah, they've already, I guess, got the anniversary or World Tour collection or whatever the fuck they call it now. But let's add Forever in there. And you know what? While we're talking about Duke Nukem Forever, let's remake that shit. Let's make that game good. I mean, from what I've seen, it doesn't look that bad. But I could be wrong. I mean, hell, Duke Nukem would be horrible. What other games should be remade? You know what? This may sound like the most fucking dumbest idea I've ever had. I've had a lot of stupid ideas because I'm a fucking idiot. But we need to remake E.T. You know that Atari 2600 game? We need to fucking remake that for the PS4. Yeah. Update the graphics and everything. No, seriously. I'm not joking. We need to make that a fucking thing. Because, I'd love to see some video games from, like, the Atari age. And yeah, you have your occasional Space Invaders, you have your Pac-Man and shit like that. But in essence, there's a whole lot more to that. I want to see a remake of the Quest series games. Is it Water Quest? Sword Quest. That's what it was. They need to remake Sword Quest games. Oh yeah, they need to remake, speaking of Doom, the Doom RPG series. Yeah, believe it or not, I think they made a RPG series of Doom that no one ever talks about because apparently it wasn't that good. Well, fuck you. Just because the game isn't in a style that most people know and love, for example, Doom being an RPG instead of an FPS, I mean, it could work. I mean, look at how, Resident Evil turned out. It went from a fucking horror game, like Resident Evil 1, 2, 0, that sort of thing. And they flipped it on its ass cheeks, okay? They flipped that shit right on its fucking ass cheeks with 6. And it was more or less completely changed for more action. And that shit turned out great. And I don't care what the fuck anybody else says. I loved Resident Evil 6. I think that game was the hot shit. And also, I think we need more of that. More games kind of go from what they're known for. Because you wouldn't believe how many games would actually be good in different formats. Like, imagine Call of Duty in a third-person setting. Yeah, you'd have the option for a first-person, so anybody that doesn't give a shit about the old style can have the new style, and the people that don't care about the new style can have the old style. It works on so many ways. And while we're talking about, video games that... I want to see a third-person version of Halo. And Doom. I mean, I have so many ideas for video games, again, that should be remastered, remade, changed in a very different way, unlike that of a bunch of other games. And if you think about it, Halo shouldn't always just be an FPS game. It's time for an upgrade. We need video games to be more than just what they used to be and what they are now. My fellow YouTubers, we need to fucking band together and make this shit happen. If we don't make this shit happen, when the fuck are we ever gonna make it happen? I mean, how long do we have to wait until a new Halo game comes out? Well, not really that long, because Halo Infinite's coming out soon, I think. But how long till a new game comes out for Doom? How long till a new Resident Evil game comes out? I mean, we need something to do in the meantime. And that's why I'm trying to get some fucking new ideas up in this bitch house. You know what I'm saying? You know, some new ideas is exactly what the game industry needs. You know, far too common, I see games like Grand Theft Auto 5 and shit, which honestly, I don't mind GTA 5. But fuck, let's make 6 happen. And I've heard around the ass vine here that Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas were supposed to get a remake using the GTA 5 engine. Like, shit, I wouldn't mind that. I'd love to play Vice City in a more, you know, graphical overhaul and, as a whole, better graphics, better gameplay. I mean, you can still keep the cheats in there from the PS2 version. So, I mean, you can still press L1, R2, no. Yeah, I think R1, R2, L1, R2. You can still fucking do those cheats. Shut up, you stupid mutts. Go kill yourselves. Anyways, as I was saying, before I got rudely interrupted by some stupid dogs, I think what we need is a shit ton of new games and remasters and remakes, because you know, you never think about these old games anymore, you know, and some people are, you know, Mass Effect and Assassin's Creed, Halo, but you never think about the other games that don't get remakes or remasters or collections based off them. And it sucks, you know, and you know what? Since The Last of Us Part 2 recently came out, I think it was last year, because that game, I think, won the Game of the Year, we need a collection of The Last of Us 1 and The Last of Us Part 2. 2 games in one, you know? And again, we have that capability to do so. And also all the DLC to go with it. And when I mean all the DLC, I mean all the DLC. I'm not just talking about the Left Behind DLC. I'm talking about the crafting parts and the weapons that you can get and the other items that should have been gotten in the first place. So therefore, I do believe that as gamers, we need more of that. So let's make that shit happen. And without that, you know, what else do we have? Enough of this bullshit paying $50-$60 for a game. That kind of sucks, you know? Like, football sucks, baseball sucks, and yet it's all the same. We need more. Anyway, these guys and gals, it's going to be it for this video. If you like this video, give this video a like. If that's fine too, don't forget to comment down below your thoughts on the whole damn thing. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon down below so you can notify my future uploads and live streams and whatever the fuck else that I do. Follow me on Twitch. I do some live streams on there occasionally. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, people, and bro. Yeah.